Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to Bickerton Hill. Bickerton Hill is a very popular place for dog walkers and walkers in general. It is owned by the National Trust. There is evidence of a settlement on the hills dating from the Neolithic or Bronze Age. The earthworks of an Iron Age Fort Maiden Castle are located on the summit of the hill. They are a scheduled monument. The hills have been quarried and mined for copper since the 17th century. It is a rare habitat in Cheshire and one that is particularly important for reptiles. Maiden Castle dates from around 600 BC. It was destroyed by fire around 400 BC, but the area was probably still used as a settlement until the Roman invasion of the 1st century AD. It was acquired by the National Trust in 1983 and then extended in 1991 to 51 hectares. It's also part of the Sandstone Trail long distance footpath, which opened in 74. Yeah, that's all well and good, but we're here for some fun, aren't we? Here in Bickerton Hill. If you like trees, you can do a lot worse than come here to Bickerton Hill. And if you're a fan of old-fashioned concrete called rock, you can do a lot worse than come here as well, because there's plenty of both here in Bickerton Hill. If you also like to come somewhere where the kids can't have their phones on and the internet on and everything, come here, because there's no fucking signal at all. Bad news, folks. Signal's back. Oh, more bad news. There's an actual car park here. I've parked at the end of the road. Oh well. Multiple choices for parking here in Bickerton. There's a handy map that tells you stuff. Sadly, it's been blocked by the tree. But there we go. Maiden Castle. Oh, that's over there. And we're here. So a handy map, which has been disguised by the trees because the trees don't want you to go exploring. They haven't met me before. I've been Sherwood Forest. Once you leave the car park with the nice guy there with his two doggies in the back of his car, you end up with more of an open hill. I reckon this is probably the hill part of Bickerton Hill. I'll get your nose now. I'm just going to have an argument with someone. Then, maybe not. Responsible dog owners, when they walk the dogs anywhere, be it in their local town, on Bickerton Hill or whatever, pick up the poo and put it in a bag. And then what they're supposed to do is take it away. Not stick it under a stone and let someone else take it away. I mean, that's more environmentally damaging than just leaving the poo on the floor in the first place. Never mind wrapping it in a non-biodegradable plastic bag. I'm fuming. Told you I'd have an argument with someone. They're not here, but I'm still arguing with them. I'm not Tony Robinson, but these stone steps look like they probably lead somewhere that's probably made of stone. I'll tell you something, it's quite high up this. As you can see, them are the tops of the trees, because the bottom of the trees are all the way down there. God, I think I'd give you some warning, wouldn't you? That Bickerton Hill was a steep hill. Christ. And still, it goes up. I'm not saying we're high up or anything, but we're high up. and I don't like the look of that first step. It looks quite a big one, so I think I'll walk round. Tell you what, it is very, very impressive up here, and it's unbelievable how flat it is. Everywhere else is just this, what looks like this one rock that's just sticking up in the middle of a vast plain. Not an aeroplane, them are up there. No, it's a geographical thing. Ask your geography teacher if you're still at school, and if you're not, well, Wikipedia it. You know me, I'm not one to be underwhelmed by things, but I was looking for the castle, and I've ended up on this plateau here, which is obviously a camp they use for I'm a Celebrity on Tipping Point. And then there's a big rock there. I'm like, oh, what's that big rock saying? There's a sign on it. I thought it might be a map. Show me where the castle is. I'm in the castle. This is it. It's all that's left. So I think I've come in here, and I'm around here somewhere. I'm not sure though. But yeah, Maiden Castle. I suppose it was the first one made by a woman. It would have fallen down by now. Is there anybody here from Maiden times? Say hello. I'm an idiot, I've just realised. They haven't built it yet. This is just, they've dug the foundations out ready for it to be built, but they haven't built it yet. What is wrong with me? You think I'd know all these things, wouldn't you? What, being an expert of Jacobean architecture and enjoying the fabulous views, to be fair. Time to go back to where we came. It's easier coming down these stairs than it is going up, except it's not. It's always more difficult going down than what it is going up. Seaside humour. Now I've got some red sand, which is the footpath going up here through a cutting. It's very exciting. I'm still on top of a hill, but I'm in a valley at the same time. We found another sign there that tells you all about the different things, and this beautiful drawing here that I think people don't appreciate. It's very sad. There's some big sheep there with big horns on them. There's another one there, and there's nothing between me and them. A bit worried, a bit scared. Best animals I've seen, to be fair. Oh, there's loads. Look, big sheep, and then other sheep as well. Oh, look at that sheepy there, having a scratch. I was going to go that way. I was going to go that way, but them sheeps have scared me off a little bit. I have found another footpath which takes us round the viscous sheep. Unfortunately, it takes us up a hill, but that's because we've just come down a hill, so it kind of makes sense. I must say, I do like them gates. I like the style. Don't know what it is about woods, but sometimes they can be a little bit creepy and full of flies as well. Where is it? There it is. Stack of wood. It's a bit creepy, isn't it? In a wood. These flies. I can hear things moving around in the woods. I begin to think I'm in a movie. Jurassic Wood or something, I don't know. It's getting a bit narrower, and a lot steeper as well. There are some very nice houses around here. Sadly, they've all got massive gardens, so we have to walk round them. So another nice house, and that's how steep the hill is behind me. What the heck? After 5 hours I've found myself on a road. Hopefully going back to where the car is, but I'll be honest with you, a bit lost. It's quite tight around here, you could say there's not much room. It's a nice church here and a graveyard, but sadly because of the hill, there's well, they've had to build an extra graveyard, and that's because if you're balding and you go to the top of the hill, you're more likely to pass away because there's little air up there. So yeah, they've had to make this massive extra graveyard. It's a tragedy. It's very sad. Sadly the church is closed at the moment, but that's probably because it's not a Sunday. Like all churches, it has an escape route, which is not unusual. And they've also got mines here as well, so they've they put that there so that no one stands on the mines until they get rid of them, which is nice. Grass is lovely as well. It's only a tiny church. I mean, the graveyard's huge, but that's because, like I said before, the hill and the lack of air up at the top of the hill can cause detriment to people. But certainly one of the best manicured lawns I've ever been on in a church, ever. And I've been in a lot of churches. There are some amazing houses. Well, I assume there are. I can't actually see it. It's that amazing. That there is the scout hut, basically base camp. If you're not as good at climbing hills as I am, the scouts see you, will help you get to the top and advise you about the air before you get there. A lot of rural places hold competitions every year for, I don't know, making scarecrows, swallowing flies, that kind of thing. Really what they do is they do the lining up of sticks, and this is the final, and that was second place, as you can see, pretty well lined up. And then this one here was the winner, gold medal winner. That's why they've all got gold on the top of them. Beautiful lineage, deserved winner. 3 years on the trot now apparently. Sadly they didn't do as well in the hedge pruning competition. They only come fourth. So there you go then, back at the starting point, an hour and a half, 6 kilometres, 260 odd metre elevation. That's how high it is from here to the top of the well, mountain. But don't go if you've got no hair. So if you want to come somewhere where they haven't actually finished building the main attraction yet, and there are some passive aggressive sheep, but other than that, some fantastic views of the countryside and some interesting evolutions up and down of the walking thing where it goes up and down. You can do a lot worse than come to Bickerton. Till next time, bye! Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's go to...
Total distance 3.2.
Not following me, are they? No.